Testing. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to the seminar. My name is Kim Tan, a sales manager at ebm-papst Asia. Today, I'm accompanied by my colleague, Thomas Swart, who is the Vice President for Product Strategy and Management for APAC and Middle East Asia. We are truly honored to be here today.
Also, warm welcome from my side. I'm very happy to be here and to talk with you about sustainability and digital fans. And we would like to invite you really to talk with us, ask questions, and happy to share our company profile and what we are doing here with you.
Thank you. In today's fast-paced world, the demand for environmentally friendly and responsible products have become more than just a mere trend, but it's a necessity. At ebm-papst, we are proud to be at the forefront of this movement. We believe business success and sustainability go hand in hand, and it's our privilege to share with you our insight and our initiative. So, without further ado, we shall start the presentation today on unlocking active sustainable design with energy efficient ventilation strategy. Let us go through the agenda today. First, we will talk about local goals and policy for achieving net zero goals. Local actually is global and local. It's a combination of words, just for your info. And followed by the reducing energy consumption in buildings effectively. And third, we talk about success story utilizing active sustainable design. And fourth, why easy technology. And finally, we talk about achieving shared success with ebm-papst Southeast Asia. First, local goal and policy for achieving net zero goals. As we all know, to prevent the worst climate change, global net human cost emission of CO2 need to fall by about 45% from year 2010 level by 2030, reaching a net zero around 2050. So the cost is set and is non-negotiable. Therefore, by collaborating effort and investing in sustainable solutions, we can ensure a better and more prosperous world for ourselves and future generations to come. So Singapore is also committed to achieve a net zero emission by 2050 and also to revise a nationally determined contribution by year 2030. This includes an example of a Singapore Green Building Master Plan. The measures to be taken into the following, such as power generation, industry, transport, household, and waste and water. We target to green 80% of the building by 2030 because it contributes about 20% of CO2 emission, which also include the SLEB, which is a super low energy program. Okay. So let's talk about another Green Mark certification scheme, which is updated in year 2021. As you can see, the carbon tax rising from year 2022 from 5% to 25%, which is very fast. Okay, so this will definitely affect us because this also will increase on the electrical tariff. Okay, so there's also another mandatory energy improvement we call the MEI regime, which is newly launched and will be kicked in by the end of year 2024. It's applicable for energy intensive building, which gross floor area of 5,000 meters square that include commercial, healthcare, institutional, sport and recreational. So such building must implement energy audit and need to, of course, implement the energy saving measure to improve their so-called EUI, the energy use intensity, and to maintain it. Yeah. So let's talk about reducing energy consumption in building effectively. There are two types of the design strategy here we talk about. One, of course, is a passive, another one is active. Passive is so-called the free, and the active, of course, we need to pay for it. Passive design is so-called the natural elements, okay? Then we make use of the natural ventilation, natural shade, daylighting by the natural. Of course, this can be designed in early stage, but in Singapore, as a tropical country, it's quite challenging. So most of us, we're using an active type, whereby we pay to buy high efficiency HVAC and ACMV system, solar, building automation, and wind power, okay? So as we know, Singapore is a hot country. I believe Thomas can relate to this.
Absolutely. This is really hot for me coming here from Germany. I can really relate. Without air conditioning, I would not survive here.
Yeah. So I believe without aircon in Singapore, no one can so-called survive. So according to NUS professor Mr. Lee Po Seng, The number of aircon is increased from 2030 to 2030 about 73%. Okay, so when you look at the pie chart here, cooling and ventilation is take up about 70%. So these are the target energy saving we should focus on. So therefore, reducing overall ACMV energy consumption will be effective in reducing overall energy consumption of the building. Okay. Success story utilizing active sustainable design. So we talked about one of the case study in one of the pharmaceutical plant in Tuas area. So from here, this picture, we are converting a AC belt-driven system with VFD to a EC fan grid system. So it need to use about 7 number of the EC fan because of the high airflow. It's more than 50,000 cmH. So we are removing the existing VFD because the EC fan is built in with the VFD itself. Okay, so by the picture of this, you already can realize that with the multiple fan, if one fan break down, the 6 fan will remaining to run. So this indirectly also give the redundancy within the system itself. This is important for operator, especially for production plant, semicon, or even pharmaceutical plant. Okay, so this is so-called the first unit. So subsequently, we will retrofit another 50 AHU. Okay, so before retrofit, they need a VFD. After retrofit, we don't need a VFD anymore. Okay, operating condition from 100% to 80%. It meaning we still have buffer of 20%. So meaning if one fan or even 2 fans break down, I think we still can achieve on the airflow. Okay, so before retrofit, airflow is almost equivalent, and the energy saving is about 28 to 30%. Okay. So I hand to so now is one of the case study in one of the aerospace manufacturer in Singapore, in the east side of Singapore. So this is a video of 1 minute, a time-lapse video, how we actually converting from the AC system. This is a backward curve AC centrifugal fan, belt-driven, change to our EC fan. So first they remove the centrifugal impeller, start to build the fan wall. This job is complete within a day, like maybe 8 hours. So it's quite fast. Okay? So we start to install our EC fan. And this particular building owner, he also want to install the non-return damper. So he just worry about in case any fan break down, the damper will automatically close to prevent the backflow. Okay? So this particular site is actually quite a massive saving, about 50% saving. Actually, this data is provided by the building owners. Okay? Next, I'll hand to Thomas to talk about products.
Thanks a lot, Keith. I think we have seen now on this example very good what is possible with changing fans. And what you get from us is very highly efficient centrifugal fans. When you come later to our booths, you will see the newest solution, which goes up to 24 kilowatt. So we will have a very wide range of easy solutions here for that. And these fans can be used basically in all the installations. And what you have seen really is modular fans. You can basically, for all the air handling units, find the right solution. And all the components, electronic, motor, impeller, everything is done by us and is optimized by us. So all the components are fitting very well together. All the efficiency claims and so on you are getting from us are values which you can trust in and also which are externally certified. So you can get products from us, full compact, very high efficiency, and up to 24 kilowatts now, with up to 2,500 Pascal of pressure. So basically for all air handling units, the perfect solution. Another point I would like to highlight is this is also the first easy solution, which is now SGBP certified. And so building owners who are using our products get extra points for the green mark. And this is a big benefit because their rating is depending on that. And with using our products, you would get a benefit on that. And it's a very good product, highly efficient and quite compact. And I would like now to hand over again to Keith to show us another example for axial fans in cooling towers and the benefits we can achieve there.
Thank you, Thomas. Next, we talk about one of the cooling tower retrofit in one of the data center in Singapore here. So for your info, we are converting a counterflow tower single fan to our multiple fan EC fan solution from 1 fan to 8 to the maximum of 16 per cell. Okay, so in cooling tower, most of the headache is on the maintenance issue, breakdown issue. So one thing good about EC fan, there's no need of maintenance, and the lifespan can last 100,000 hours. So if you convert to years, it's about close to 10 years. There's no need to do a greasing, belt change because it's direct driven. Okay. So with the multiple fan, it also provide a so-called redundancy within the system. So if one fan is break down, the remaining still can do the heat exchange. Okay. So same thing, we are removing the VFD, but we're installing our HMI. So with this HMI, it will link the system back to your BMS using a Modbus. And from the HMI, you can monitor the fan status, fan speed, input power, and also can switching between remote and local control, just like your VFD, but with more feature. Yeah, so number of fan, from 1 fan to 8 fan. So operating condition, 100% to 70%. So there's a 30% for further to ramp up. Okay, so actually the saving is quite remarkable. It's about 45%. So in this so-called data center, we have retrofit more than 50 cooling tower. So actually it's proven. Okay. Next, I'll lead to Thomas.
Thanks, Keith. I think we show now on 2 examples already to you that we can achieve up to 50% of efficiency with going to our EC technology solution. And when you are looking back to the presentation which Keith has started with, 70% of our fans is depending of the energy consumption of a building is depending on the fans, cooling and air conditioning. And when we are looking, we are saving 50% of the efficiency. Now we're doing retrofit. That means we can save 35% of the total energy cost of a building. And I think that's a very impressive number. Here, another part of products which we are having here to supporting you with that is our axial fans. So we have everything basically from a few millimeters in diameters up to 1.6 meters in diameter and up to 24 kilowatts now as well. It allows a very easily control via Modbus 0 to 10 volt PWM. You don't need a VFD or anything to control the fans. Everything is already integrated. It's all in the brain, the electronic of the motor. And also it is, from us, you get a very robust design. We talked about cooling towers before. Cooling towers have very harsh corrosion. They need usually fans to be exchanged, motors to be exchanged very, very often. We have fans which are tested up to 2000 hours of salt fog testing and also tested to cooling tower water, and they survive. They will survive there, and you will have a high reliability. And I think that is very important because such high corrosions, also in a tropical climate like here in Singapore, can happen. And with our fans, you have a perfect solution for that. Also, we have a vibration sensor on board of that, on the centrifugal fans as well as on the axial fans. That allows us to continuously monitor the electrical and the mechanical data. And with that, we can ensure a 100% safe operation. The next page, please. So here we had 2 examples, one for air handling units, one for cooling towers, but we have much more on fans, and you are happily invited to visit our booth later. And there you can see a lot of the solutions that we can offer you. We have also everything for condenser, evaporators, fan coil units, fan filter units, and also for crack units in data centers and so on. So there will always be a perfect solution from us, and we happily invite you to visit us to talk with our sales team about those solutions and how we can work together to give you this solution. Next page, please. So now I would like to talk a little bit about EC technology. What are the benefits of it and why we from the beginning really use this technology, and what you as our customers and partner can really benefit from that. So next page, please. So first of all, what does EC technology in the name of ebm-papst means? When we're talking about EC technology, we are not just talking about an electronic. EC technology is the complete way of our thinking. EC technology means for us, we're developing a fan with all components optimized together. From the aerodynamics, where the impeller and all the periphery is optimized completely together, to a motor which is above the EA5 standard, above all efficiency targets which are so far available in the market, which is very high compact, which has a very high power density, And due to the use of our outer rotor motors, it can be much more compact than all internal rotor motors. Also, it has a very low structural noise, and it comes especially already with the brain of the motor, the electronic equipped to that. The electronic is designed by us, the electronic is developed by us, and the electronic is produced by us. Independent from the power supply, 50 Hertz, 60 Hertz, you get always the same performance of the fan, and you can control it from 0 to 100% of the speed very easily. You don't need a VFD, you don't have any troubles with that. It's everything already included in the brain of the motor, and this is our electronic. And this is also here. Everything is already integrated. Now even vibration sensors, everything to monitor the fan is integrated in it. And that means it's really trouble-free for our customers and for you as our partners. You just can connect it via Modbus, via 0 to 10 volt, via PWM, whatever you like, to our fans, and you can control it as you need it. So next page, please. So what benefits do we achieve with that? First of all, we have a completely tested and highly optimized fan, which achieves very low energy consumed. And it means lower operation cost, and with that, shorter payback times. But we also have less energy wasted, and many of our applications are actually, especially here in Singapore, focused on cooling. It means less heat generated. It means, again, higher efficiency also on a system level, because that efficiency basically, or that energy, what you are losing, you need to compensate again. With our highly efficient solutions, you don't need it. Also, we have reduced noise emissions, especially for buildings and so on. When you have close people living there, people which want to have a good environmental condition in their living room and so on, with low noise, you can achieve that. And this is very important and leads at the end to greater comfort. Next page. And now we would like to talk about how we can together achieve higher success for ebm-papst Southeast Asia with that. Next page, please. And first of all, I would like to reflect to our North Star. Our North Star says we want to make sustainable and intelligent solution for a better climate, for the people, for the application and the environment. When I'm referring back to the target of Singapore, want to get more green, want to get CO2 neutral, want to reduce their carbon footprint. This is exactly the same way as our company has set it for the future. And I would like all of you as our customers, partners, to work together in achieving that. And I will also tell you now what we can offer you in doing that. Next page, please. First of all, we are a very global company. We have a global turnover of 2.5 million. We are present in basically every country, which is nice because you always have a partner in the country which you are working on. But much more important, we continuously investing into the future. This year, again, 160 million in new facilities, new R&D labs, new production, to make sure you can get always and everywhere new solutions. And especially here in Asia Pacific, in Americas, we will focus a lot more in investment into the future as well. But another very important number, 140 million per year we are investing in new developments, in R&D, in new products which we are offering every day, and it goes more and more in digitalization. And I will tell you now what this looks like. So when we're talking about EC technology, this is not something new for us. Already in 1975, we used this technology as the first pioneer in the market. So we can say when it comes to fans, we are the pioneer of EC technology, and we have since then experience with EC technology in the market, with millions of fans already sold, and with really reliable fans operating sometimes already since 20, 25 years in the market and still running. So everything what we are claiming, 10 years of lifetime and things like that, we can really achieve, and you can trust, and we have seen that in reality. Now today, I already told you, we have EC motors above the EA5 standards. So when everybody is claiming here, yeah, we can do that now as well, we have that, and we can see that on our fans, and that we are above those values, and you can trust into that. And there's a very important statement of our founder, which says each new development, what we do, must surpass its predecessor economically and ecologically. And this is something our founders said already 40 years ago. And it's still valid today. We are doing all the best and we're developing each product now better than the previous year one. And this is very, very important. So now I have shown to you what we have, when it comes to fans, what we can do with EC technology today. But I would also like to show you a little bit what is the next step. And the next step is digitalization. We call it intelligent fan. A fan that can optimize itself. A fan that is knowing where it is running. And this is not just the future, we are already living that today. I can tell you from a data center project we have done in India in the last 3 months. And we went there, we had the same components installed, our fans, and we worked with the owner, we looked into how the fans are driven and so on, and with the same components we could achieve again, with the same operation conditions, 60% of energy savings with optimizing the usage of the fans. And our fans know how they run, our fans know in which efficiency state and condition they are running. And we can work with you as our partners and customers to further optimize the fans in the installation situation. And that allows us not just much higher efficiency on system level, it also allows us to have 100% safe operation. So we have a vibration sensor on the fan. We can tell you all the fan time, how the fan is operating. And we can also use this data, if you are allowing us to get the data from you in the operation installation, to allow you predictive maintenance, to allow you to make service plans in accordance to that, to make sure that you don't spend too much money on service. We can help you to analyze when is the best time for service, for filter exchange and things like that, and all of that with data which is already there. And this is the next step where we want to use our data and the data of you to optimize the fan inside the installation situation and also the complete solutions around us. And this is the future of EC technology, what we already can do today and where we can work with you also for the next steps to make further use of digitalization. So, and now I would like to hand over again to Keith to tell us, especially for ebm-papst Southeast Asia, what we can offer here as local solutions.
Yeah, thank you, Thomas. So as a group product, we also do provide a good support. Okay, so just now Thomas had mentioned about the digitalization, so-called the IoT that we can offer to you. And of course, we also could have a technical expertise to so-called select the fan and make a proposal to you, and even to make the payback period calculation, no issue at all. Okay, we have a global presence network, and we have office and technical expert worldwide. Okay, so for our local application team in Southeast Asia, Singapore here, we have a technical training on fan installation and control. The control like BMS handshake system, you can come to our office, the lab, we can conduct it there. Okay, of course, we do have on-site support where required. And if the thing is too urgent, you can always call us. We can remote access using call. Okay, that's the support that we can give to our client here in Singapore here. And also, most importantly, we always have some reserve stock for our customer in case any fan is failure or whatsoever. Okay. Yeah.
And this is unfortunately already the end of our presentation, but we are not done with that. You are now happily invited also to our booth to come to us to talk with our application team, with our sales team about the next solution, what we are having. And just to teaser that already a little bit, this is the fan I have talked about before, the biggest and strongest EC technology motor in the world, 24 kilowatts in combination with fans. And you can see the advantages of this solution on our booth. Also, there is the most efficient centrifugal fan, the Redipex 3C Perform, which you can see there, and many, many other solutions. So please come to us. You are happily invited to stay with us, to talk with us about problems, about solutions which you are searching for, and we happily work together with you in solving that. And together we would really drive our fans and your solution in the next area of digitalization and sustainability. And here, for that, we invite you. Thanks a lot, and yeah, hopefully see you soon on our booth.
Yeah, thank you for coming today.
Hi. Thank you, Thomas and Keith. Is there any questions for the gentlemen on stage? No questions? Okay, please visit them at their stand. Thank you.